Hi, I'm Peter Pinch. I'm Director of Application Development at MIT Open Learning, and I have a lightning talk on extending XBlocks with asides.
So the great thing about lightning talks is they're completely different. As Fanil said, I'm talking about XBlock Asides. Which button is the click?
Hold the mic close. Go to the right.
Right. There we go. MIT Open Learning, in case you're wondering.
Hold the mic close.
Oh, closer. Closer mic. There we go. We bring MITx, MITx MicroMasters, MITx Pro, MIT OpenCourseware. There's a theme here. Coming soon, we'll have MIT Learn, which was mentioned in the keynote this morning. Speaking about myself, I've been running edX since before it was open source. I'm a core contributor. I'm in the deprecations working group, so I'm involved with getting rid of old stuff, but I'm here today to tell you not to get rid of this. We've had this problem come up a couple times, so that's how I know that it's worth keeping. We want to enhance the behavior of an XBlock throughout all of its uses. The classic example that we had was doing courses live. The instructor wanted to see real-time updates of student responses so that they would know if they were doing a good job. And then the more recent example, which is what I'm going to go into more depth today, is a chat block using GenAI. But we have some challenges here. First of all, we don't want to fork XBlocks. We're not going to write new code. We're not going to maintain new code. It's also important that we can support multiple different XBlocks. We want to be able to chat with different things. Also, it's really important to us that the course author can control how these things work. So it's not going to be just a blanket application. This is my pet peeve. Everything has to be exportable and importable so that all our backup and maintenance and data systems can still work. So luckily, there's this thing called XBlock Asides that can handle this stuff. It's already part of XBlock, which is great. So we don't have to do any forking. You can also specify which XBlocks it works with, which is even better than having it work with all XBlocks. You can actually decide which ones. The XBlock Aside has a instructor view, it has a student view, it has a studio view. You can give your instructors the ability to control it through Studio, which is great. And the studio view works sort of, and it also exports and imports with a little bit of extra work. I had a couple of examples, but I don't think I have enough time for all of them. There's one that's built into the XBlock SDK. It's a real simple one where you can add a thumbs up and thumbs down to each XBlock. The one that we did years ago was the one I mentioned about real-time visualization of students' answers. And I think I have a talk from several years ago on that one. But today I'm going to talk about the chatbot. Yesterday's meme theme was icebergs, so I just co-opted that. So I'm just going to talk about the topmost level of this. If you want to know more about how the chatbot works, we can talk about it outside of here. And now I'm going to go over to the live demo. So, do I need to escape?
Yeah, you can just control tab.
Yeah.
No,
I'm okay. Faniel uses Windows, but luckily he likes Firefox, so I think I'm gonna survive. So this is the studio view, and how do I scroll with this thing? Yeah, what is? Oh, there we go. Yeah. So I don't suppose I have a pointer. No. Anyway, I will point with the mouse because I got one of those too. It's not a brilliant piece of studio interface here. We just slammed in this little checkbox, and what that does is it gives the course author the ability to turn the chatbot on and off because there may be some things that they want to be able to chat with, and then other things that maybe it's not suitable. But this interface can be used for other configurations too. In an earlier design of this, we thought we'd let people change the prompt, but ultimately decided that that was a waste of everybody's time. But that could change. And similarly, oops, that was the wrong one. In the problem block, there we go. So this, the AI tutor works in video blocks and problem blocks, so you also get a checkbox here. And really with one small code addition, we now enable this in all courses on the installation. And what that looks like for the student side, there we go. So again, you've got the regular video XBlock, and then the XBlock Aside, the student view inserts the Ask Tim about this video button. Tim is MIT's mascot, so we've called our chatbot Ask Tim. And you click that. It runs some JavaScript, it hits a couple of APIs, and then it comes back with a mix of pre-composed GenAI summary, flashcards, and a chatbot where you can really ask any question you want about the video. And the key thing here is that you're in the context of the video. We're limiting the LLM to responses about the actual block that you're in at this moment. It gets a little more complicated with the problem block. So again, the XBlock Aside inserts the button. But now we're calling a different LLM application. This is one that we call the tutor, and it actually has a conversational model based on the interactions that you would have with a human tutor. And we're passing it all the context from the problem. So the setup text, the available answers, and the solution, which the user may never be able to see. But that all goes to the LLM, and we can do things like it will never tell you what the answer is directly. The idea here is that you can ask for help, and it will try to move you from your question to an understanding, but it's never going to just give you the answer. So this question is about some data analytics, and you can ask really open-ended questions like, where do I start? And it takes a moment. So that's a pretty generic response, but it's actually got some information about the context of the question. And then if you start to think about the problem and then you have a more specific question, you can ask it. So this is a question about the data that's actually in the problem. You know, there's a little bit of variability in the response. The last time I asked this, it actually gave me some code suggestions. But again, it's trying to move you along without just giving you the answer. And what's really cool about this is that we've written this code once, but been able to apply it to a swath of existing courses. Pretty much anybody who would let us put it on the course, we can do it. Because all that context is built into the edX problem, we have that. So there's a couple things that are still remaining problems, like running out of time. First of all, there's not really any documentation for this feature. As I alluded to earlier, the authoring MFE actually omitted it. So we had a nicer interface in the old legacy UI. So that's work that remains to be done to add it back in. Not all the XBlocks are aware of this feature, so if we're going to add it to things like open responses, we have to do some work there. We haven't figured out how to handle more than one at a time, and JavaScript is a pain. Briefly, a lot of people helped me with this. Dave Ormsby's been a big supporter over the years. Some folks from Arbisoft did the OpenEdX coding. Folks from MIT worked on the infrastructure, and Romain Puch wrote the TutorBot library. Tim the Beaver is always ready to answer your questions.